What's up, y'all? This is Evan. Some of y'all know me as Karan. Official thanks. That's what I'm doing here. Next up, actually, got my aunt. Obviously, my aunt's been around way before I was around. Um, she's going to share experiences. Has I've been getting a lot of people about their upbringings, where they're from. In this particular case, from Newark, New Jersey. It'd be great to just kind of just never really asked her in regards to that, as far as her growing up. But obviously, ultimately, just want to just kind of extend my heartfelt thanks. Just her being my aunt. The other caregiver of mine, just someone that's overseeing my plight here. So I think it'd be great. This should be pretty good here. Like I said, I'm really interested to hear about that. But like I said, obviously, segueing into how much she really means to me, and how just her strength is just something to be inspired by. So we're gonna get into it. All right. Hey, Auntie, how are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Can you see me?
Nah, I see your name though. I see you got married.
Okay, what happened?
Let me rephrase that. I can see that you're still married.
Oh, okay. What happened?
The little camera icon, you don't see it anywhere. You should be a pro at this by now.
Yeah, and I'm doing it on my cell phone.
Oh, okay. How are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm good. Good. Yeah, like I said, when I talked to you the other day, like I said, a little project I was just doing, just around Newark and Essex County in general, just people's experiences as far as growing up or what have you it is. So, I know I talked to Abu the other day. He was kind enough, give me his version. Obviously, so eloquently as he likes to do, so. But I was like, I've never even heard Auntie's experience growing up. Obviously, I've heard different versions of my father's, the remixes and everything else, the added stuff he might have wanted to spice it up, or some, so I heard multiple versions, but at least he was consistent the other day. So I was like, it was only a couple of things.
Story.
Yeah. But no, it was great. It was great hearing from him though. So that's all. Like I said, I never heard even your version of it, or just your side, or just your experiences here. So I'm actually interested.
Oh, okay. Well, growing up in Newark, it started out being very interesting because coming from North Carolina, a little country girl, had a little twang in my voice. In school, I was going to 7th Avenue Junior High School, and we were in gym one day and playing ball, and I said, chunk the ball, chunk the ball, chunk the ball. And everybody died laughing. They laughed at me hard because I always talked funny.
Okay.
So that was kind of interesting. I thought, wow, they really mean people. Don't everybody talk this way? So I guess not. So I would say over yonder, and I had, a slang that they weren't used to, and they found it very funny. So I had to get in a few fights over that,
Yeah.
And I had to, throw down a few times. And so that became quite interesting. And then I found Newark to be very different than growing up in the country. And I mean country. Seems to me the people were mean. I just always thought they were mean.
Mm-hmm.
And went through school, having a few fights in every grade.
Yeah.
Because the people were mean. And that was part of my experience as a teenager. I enjoyed going to the skating rink and things like that. That was something new for me. I enjoyed doing things like that and playing sports, softball. I love to play softball, and we did that in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great. But we lived in this, our first apartment when we came to Jersey was on West Market Street. And it was a rooming house slash turned into an apartment kind of thing. And it wasn't the best place because they were little rodents who lived with us. They were not little rodents, they were quite big. So that was kind of interesting because you could always see them. I remember growing up in that same apartment where the mice were so big. I remember my stepfather shooting one. You know, it was kind of horrible in that place. So that was one of the worst places we ever lived. And then we moved to Huntington Terrace. Wow, that was great. Fun time. You had neighbors. The people were much nicer. We had lots of fun. I remember on Huntington Terrace, I remember when my brother pledged for Omegas. He was a Q. I remember him crossing over, and all of those things happened on Huntington Terrace. And we had quite a bit of fun there. We played football in the snow in the winter. We would come outside, it would be snow on the ground. We'd play football, and it was nice. And then we moved on up a little higher. We moved to Maple Avenue. See, you know about Maple Avenue. Those were some really good times at Maple Avenue. And I think I enjoyed the most about Maple Avenue was every Sunday I would cook and you guys would all be over. Every Sunday the family was together. And no matter what. And I really enjoyed those times. And those were some really, really special times in my life. You know, just having everybody at the house every Sunday. You guys never failed, just always there. You know, I just remember that, I think I went out, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And I just remember that the fun in the backyard and, you know, you guys playing upstairs and Berta, my good friend Berta, she introduced me to a lot in life, living there in Maple Avenue. That's how I got into the post office and, you know, a lot of other things. And it was just great. And then working at the post office, like I said, she got me the job in the post office. I worked there for years. And then I decided I no longer wanted to live in Newark. I wanted out. And I put in for a job transfer to North Carolina, and that was my out. And looking back, I never want to ever have to live there again, but you know, my family's still there. But I enjoyed not living in Newark.
Yeah. Nah, thank you. Now, obviously, I remember the colonnades as well, too. I remember being over there.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, the glass fish bowl.
yeah, the glass fish. Yeah.
That was luxury living.
Yeah, and then actually, what was that off of? Just for a brief stint that you had right over the, not Sly, was it Sly? I'm forgetting. It's right off. Yes.
Yeah, Vassar.
Vassar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I just kind of, it's pretty cool. Like I said, just hearing like your side, your version of it, but also too, and I knew it was a way to get you online. I know we talk, whether it was with Colleen or Nyla or Uncle Tony, like, or periodically do, especially with all the stuff going on. But what I wanted to do, and actually what I decided to do, was kind of just do my own little segments that I've been doing with everybody here. And I knew, like I said, this is my way to get you on as far as just talking about your upbringing, but also I think it's a little more sincere on my end. Like, I just this podcast or kind of thing that I'm doing is called Official Thanks. And basically what I wanted to just share with you, just kind of how much you've meant to me.
Wow.
Words go, it goes without saying here. I just think obviously just being an extension of my mother and my father here, as far as in my life here. Obviously you just mentioned the Sundays, Maple Avenue,
Mhm.
just in general, just always just pulling me in with Keon, and just hanging out. You mentioned softball. I remember the post office games at Weequahic Park, going out
Yes.
there, us, you guys having your post office softball games, we doing whatever we need to do, and as long as we got back by the time the game was over.
Mhm.
But I just think, just in general here, just like, you've always been there for me in regards, as far as just life in general here. But I think also just like a true like inspiration, obviously, the loss of Keon, back in '97, that May 9th, '97 here,
Yeah.
just the perseverance, like, for any parent, and me being a parent of a 6-year-old now, like, I can't even fathom that,
Right.
it's just kind of like the strength and the will just to go on. And I know it was a lot of transitions, and I know your father and your father's side of the family is down south, North Carolina, but still
Hmm.
in all, when it's all said and done, just losing a child, you're alone. You're alone, no matter who's
Yeah.
around,
Well,
no matter who's around. And I mean, it's just always, I've always admired that. Just again, you could have just collapsed, and you probably had your moments. I'm sure you probably even
mm,
still do, but I think, but somehow you just found that strength to keep going on. And you mentioned your career in the post office here, just that whole thing starting, I don't know, mailroom to being a postmaster. Just kind of, you could
yeah.
easily just said, kind of just threw that down the drain, and everything else that you had going on here, just when, Keon passed, and I know even when Keon was alive, just some of the other stuff that, as an adult, I look back like, wow, some relationships didn't go necessarily your way, as far
Hmm.
as, and even to find, that true love later on in life, is to be admirable about. You could have just said, the heck with men, I'm by myself, and I'm just going to just leave it at that, and call it a day. And this is how I'm just going to ride on out the rest of my life here, and I think, again, that just shows just like that strength, just that perseverance, is to kind of like, still be open-minded. I know sometimes as we get older, we get closed-minded and set in our ways, but you allowed your heart to open back up, and I know you have two beautiful, granddaughters, obviously, grandson also includes little Scott as well,
Hmm.
but I think, and I just think, still in all, like I said, you could easily just like went by the wayside and just said, the heck with it. And I think just even caring for Mama all these years, that we know Mama has her sickness, what
Hmm.
have you there, and for her, for you to even again, like, have her with you throughout all these years. And as a kid, obviously,
Hmm.
we joke around and mess around with Mama, what have you. But I think just looking at it
Yeah.
as an adult, I think it's just kind of like to be commended, because I mean, again, just to take your mom in, and again, where her sickness or what have you here, and just kind of just to
Hmm.
you know endure that on top of everything else that you was going on with your own life here. And I just think you just take pride in being yourself, and I think just you worked your plan, whatever that plan was, you worked it. And I know it was some hiccups along the way, it was some detours and some
Yeah.
backpedaling, but ultimately, like I said, you found the route that worked for you. And I just think that's just to be commended here. And like I said, and I'm truly like, honored to even call you my aunt, and I know as far as
Wow.
just having the last few years, obviously making these trips now or what have you there, as far as, that's been great, and I know sometimes with me, you probably do see Keon a little bit. I'm well
Yeah.
aware of that. I'm well aware of that. And it's kind of like the additional son here, So like I said,
Yeah.
I'm aware of that, and I totally understand that. So I just knew, even in my life here, like I had to find a way to kind of make sure I did right or doing right or try to continue to do right here. Outside of like I said, my parents. I know I couldn't let you down, because that's like another phone call I wouldn't want to hear, as far as like,
Mm,
it'd be like, what the hell are you doing? What have you done?
yeah.
Or, you getting bail money up for me or something, So,
Hmm.
yeah, so I always kept that in mind. I definitely kept that in mind. But like I said, the purpose of this, again, is just me to like just basically officially thank those who've been in my life here. Like, you've been officially you, which has helped me become officially me here. And like I said, I truly, truly, definitely just wanted to say thank you with all my heart. Again, like I said, I didn't want to sound corny. Hey, can you come on this Zoom so I could just say thank you? I had to set it up a little nice, as far as,
Wow.
but like I said, I just definitely, like I said, wanted to, share that with you. I know I said a mouthful.
Truly an honor. This is truly an honor, Ibn.
Yeah,
It truly, because wow, it's truly an honor to hear that. I know that you care about me, not because you say it, because you show it, and your family. Nyla is in my life because of you, and I'm so grateful for that. And Colleen is like my blood niece. I mean, your family is so close to me, and we've been bonding over these last few years with you guys coming here, and I felt really lost this year with not seeing you guys, and I do cling to you because you are a big part of Keon. And I love you so much because you allow me to be your auntie and love you and your family. And you always have. You've always been around, and I just love you for that. And to have me on here to just say those words is really really touching. I didn't expect this. I really didn't. You caught me off guard, but it's so good to hear that. And oftentimes we go through life and we don't tell people what they mean to us and how we feel about them. And once they're gone and they're stretched out across the front of a room, it's kind of late to yell out your thoughts, because they don't hear you at that point. And it's such a great opportunity that you and I are finally saying it verbally. I mean, we show it because, when you guys come here, you're home. It's just, this is it, you're home. And, it's just the love. I mean, to get on to travel to a 6-year-old's birthday. Was it 5 or 6? 6.
5.
Right?
She's 5.
Nyla's birthday.
Yeah, 5-year-old. Yeah.
And we thought it important to travel because that's a memory for her. A pleasant memory that her great aunt, traveled all the way to her birthday party. Things like that are important, and I wish we could continue and do it more because time is short, and we just don't know how short.
Right.
And we need to just start loving one another, showing one another, not to just say I love you, but to really, really show. And it doesn't cost money all the time to say I love you.
Absolutely.
It can be free, and I like that. And I want to, as soon as this, you know, pandemic is over, it seems like now we have another one, but, with the country, but I think this is all a design to bring everyone closer together because we may not have had this conversation had we not been locked down,
Absolutely.
So I think out of all adversities, there's some good that comes out of it. And you talk about my walk after Keon's death. And, it's funny that, your Uncle Tony and I was talking earlier today, and he was talking about a friend of his a coworker rather, who lost his wife this year. And he was telling Uncle Tony that he thought that grief was just something, he realized grief is something that you never get over. And he's realizing that. And so I told Uncle Tony, he's right. Grief is something that you never get over. You learn to live with it day by day. Mm-hmm. And there are always struggles. And if someone had asked me what would I do if I lost my son, I would have said I would lose my mind. I would go crazy. But that didn't happen. But it didn't happen because I struggled hard to keep that from happening. And there were always good people coming into my life, in my circle, to keep me on the straight and narrow. So that's where my strength came from. And that situation was so devastating to not only myself, you, and my brother, that I didn't want to rely on you guys because I was pulling your little bit of strength away, and I know how you guys felt about that, if no one else, but I knew how the two of you felt about the loss, and it was just as great as my loss. But through it all, we get through it, and God places people in your life, and I was just telling your Uncle Tony in that same conversation about my great-grandson that I call him Buddha. And I call him Buddha because I can't imagine calling him Keon. Mm-hmm. I can't do that. So I call him Buddha. I just can't do that. And I don't know if anyone understands, but for me, it's just hard. And so I still struggle. It's been a long time, but I still struggle because now he's something else in my life to, give me something to think about. But I came up with that name and just called him that, and that's it. And I love him, and I see a lot of Keon in him, but I just can't call him that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, or probably not.
Not with you. No, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's even that, so you still struggle, I'm still struggling with that, but it doesn't last like it used to, mm-hmm. But you still have your weak moments and your touchable moments, and things are happening, and, but life is still good. It's still good.
No, absolutely. I mean, and you constantly just kept trucking along. You just kept trucking along. Yes. Whatever potholes or what have you, you found the way to either patch them up or just go right over them and just keep on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. But yeah. Now, like I said, I know this is out of nowhere, but it's been somewhere. And like I said, I just wanted to just share this and just let you know.
Wow. Well, it's just overwhelming. It's amazing. It's so, I don't even have a word for it. It's such a warm feeling, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your love. And I know that you care about me. See, I have no doubt, and I've never had any doubt, you know, and that's good because, you know, you can't always say that about people, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And your family, you know, like Nyla and Colleen both, you know, they're a great part of my life as well, you know, but I thank you.
Nah, I mean, again, that should just again be me thanking you. So, like I said, the mean throw you off, but it was a good throw off. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah. So, again, like I said, I'm not even at the house. I'm doing these over at the other house because I didn't want.
Okay.
Yes, I just sneak over here and do these here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you interviewing everyone or just, you know?
I'm grabbing whoever I can grab. Um,
Oh,
yeah, everyone I grab as far as just kind of that meant something to me here. You know, I caught Abu. I got him over the weekend. I was able to catch him. You know, so and got a couple of people earlier today. You know, my mom. Get her. I'm supposed to talk to her later on in the week here. You know, she got to get herself situated. You know, because I told her I just want to know about her growing up in Newark as well too. So I know it's a whole process getting her on here, which is cool, which is totally cool because I won't expect anything different. I think I'm supposed to catch her later on, like I said, later on this week, and we'll have a nice little conversation. And yeah, that's all. And yeah, like I said, that was just my thing. And like I said, just mentioning to Colleen, like, definitely just wanted to show my thanks. And I know why, necessarily not always the most talkative person in the world, but I do take things in and I do know how much people have gotten me to where I'm at, whether it, cheering from a distance or what have you. So, and I think, and I just wanted to show everybody that I'm very appreciative of that.
Are you recording these sessions?
Yes, this is being recorded. So, yeah, these are being recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to hear.
No, absolutely. So that's my plan, and I was gonna record them and put them out here and there. Not all at once. But that was my plan. That was my plan because I think you guys are my day in day out heroes. It don't have to be nobody that's playing in the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks, and ain't gotta be nobody that's on a movie screen to be my hero. You guys are my day in and day out heroes, all of y'all.
Yes.
So, and I think my plan, like I said, is just to let everybody know that.
Well, I sure appreciate you. I do. That's so wonderful for you to do that because you are my hero.
Wow.
You are. I know sometimes, I guess I get kind of carried away like you are my son, but I've always, you and Keon was so close until, I've always thought of you as that second son, but you can't say that when somebody has a parent, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You take people kids,
That's right.
But
yeah.
I've always, thought of you as the second child because you guys were so close as well. So you've always been near and dear to me, and and Missy too. But she just wasn't around as much because you and Keon were so close. Y'all was always together. So that's what happened there. But I do love my family. I do love them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And we love you too here. So, but I'm not gonna keep you. But like I said, I definitely just wanted to let you know.
Well, thank you, Evan. Thank you so much.
Nah, I appreciate it, Auntie. Absolutely.
Girl. I appreciate you more.
Nah, I know we'll definitely talk soon.
We sure will.
All right, send my best to Uncle Tony, and hopefully,
I,
like I said, everything will work out with him being able to send his stepmother off in style.
yes. Yes, we decided not to travel to Texas. We're not getting on a plane. We're not going to be in the airports. It's going to be a graveside service, so we're just going to do something from here and virtual. But we're not traveling.
Okay. Okay.
Not that great. I mean, it's kind of risky. I mean, with all that's going on, non-COVID with the nation here, you don't know who's on the planes and who's in the airports, what's going on, and
That's smart. That's smart.
COVID, and so we decided not to travel, and so we'll just be here.
Okay. Nah, smart decision.
Thank you.
Yeah, but now we'll definitely reach out. Definitely way, way sooner than later.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you soon, Auntie.
All right. Give my love to everyone.
Okay, no problem. Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Another one down. Yeah, definitely. It's my auntie. I don't know, Aunty to me, maybe Auntie to others, but yes, definitely my auntie here. So it's definitely nice just sharing that moment with her. Don't get a lot of those moments, but I think gotta continue to try to make more of those moments, not only with auntie, but with everybody else here. So with that being said, your boy Ed is signing off. Just want to say officially thanks. Put my hand over my heart. That means I feel you. That's what it is.